Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. Today we're doing something very special indeed. We have a luxury tow-off. To my right is the brand new Lincoln Navigator with, for the first time ever, the 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine. And as always, we got a ruddy big trailer that we're towing. And coming up next, we're gonna have a very special tow-off on TFL truck. Yes, indeed on truck, because this is in essence an F-150 with, well, a back end on it. And what tow-off competition going up the Gauntlet would be complete without a competitor. And today we have the luxurious GMC Denali with a ruddy V8. And my man Nathan is helping us out. Say hi, Nathan.
Hi, Nathan. Dude, 6.2 liter Yukon Denali. Badass, ready to tow.
6.2 liters versus EcoBoost. How cool is that? And what towing TFL competition would be complete without our resident towing expert, Mr. Truck Kent Sundling. What are you doing, Kent?
I'm in this cold trailer eating a donut.
Come on out, we need you, need your help. Come on. Time to tow, man, time to tow.
Let's go tow. Part of our review is with this Logan Coach horse trailer, and we've set everything up. We've got weight distributing hitch on it like we're supposed to. We actually weighed the tongue weight with the Weight Safe hitch and got our 10% tongue weight. Now, tongue weight on a vehicle like this, your part of your tongue weight goes toward payload. So your payload's your people, everything you put in the vehicle, but that's also your tongue weight. So you can't use up all of your payload in tongue weight, or you won't have any room for passenger weight. You got to remember that when you're properly loading your trailer.
Tell me when to start.
All right.
It's not the most scientific way, but we're just doing it for a general idea of how well it will do.
Yeah, now you guys might be wondering why this isn't on TFL car, because these are in essence cars, but they're not, aren't they?
No.
They're trucks. These are trucks underneath.
Ready?
Yeah, here we go. When you get to the yellow sign, Nathan,
okay.
Start it, because that's where we usually start. All right, and bingo.
Okay, so we're rolling.
We're rolling. And we've got road work ahead. This may make it a little bit trickier.
Day patrol escort here.
And I've got it floored. And guys, I'm not sure that the time on this run is going to be as crucial as it is on most run, because I can already tell I will easily exceed the speed limit in this Lincoln, because we have, well, let's talk about how much we're towing.
Yeah.
We're towing 7,000 pounds, and the capacity of this is actually greater than that.
In the Logan Coach horse trailer, we've weighted it down with the water tote again. So we've got about 2,400 pounds in there. The trailer itself loaded is 7,000 pounds. That's why we did the 10% 700 pound tongue weight rating that we did on this. So we're properly weighted, we're properly balanced and level.
The reason we're only towing 7,000 pounds is because the total capacity includes what's inside the vehicle. And there's 3 of us in here, and we're gonna say we're 250 pounds apiece, so that's really 7,750 pounds that we're towing when you add us. Kent, do you have the capacity, the towing capacity of the Lincoln?
On this one, the max capacity trailering is 8,600.
8,600. If I were to floor this, I would quickly exceed the speed limit. So it's more about the journey than the destination on today's Gauntlet run. So it's floored. Here we are accelerating, and I'm up to 65 already. And if I kept it floored, this thing
probably go to 75, 28 miles per hour.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, easy.
This isn't the hardest stretch of our run. The Gauntlet gets much more difficult the further up you go. But one of the things we've noticed with the EcoBoost engines is that they tend to keep pulling, and we've definitely come close to exceeding certain speed limits from time to time.
Yeah, and you know, we're on public roads, and this is about being safe, and we're not going to be flying up here towing a 7,000 pound trailer at illegal speeds. That's just not what we're about.
No, we don't want to put that on video.
Yeah, these fast vehicles, you know, you can always beat the speed limit with them even with your maximum trailer capacity. That's what it is. And this is a really good contest going up this kind of grade for this long at this altitude. Peaks out a little over 11,000 feet.
Surprise! No more V8. Instead, it has a 3.5 liter EcoBoost that puts out 380 horsepower and 460 pound-foot of torque, which happens to be the same amount of torque as the Yukon. Now it gets 17 miles to the gallon combined, and it has a more traditional 6-speed automatic transmission. I'm betting we're going to get a lot less fuel economy towing this trailer.
But I'm glad you put this in a truck category, because that's what it is. Body on frame is my idea of a truck. You know, the government, the EPA, says if it's got a flat load for surface, it's a truck. That's minivans, SUVs, everything. But to this is my idea of a truck. You got a frame the whole length of the vehicle. It has a hitch on the frame. So you put a trailer on it, it goes on the frame. You put weight distributing bars, the trunnion bars, that lifts up on the hitch, puts the weight forward, so you can put the weight on all the axles, including the front axle. Works really well on a frame to transfer the weight. Now you get a unibody, you know, like Volkswagen invented back with the Beetle in Germany. That's got a floor pan. Unibody is the whole vehicle's a frame. RVs are body on frame, but horse trailers are unibody. And that unibody means you have a subframe for each axle, so your hitch is hooked to the rear axle subframe, not to anything else. So that corrugated floor pan and your doors and your whole thing, that's your frame. You can't hardly push weight forward on those. I've seen a lot of Jeep Cherokees that were weighted just perfectly. Trunnion arms adjusted right on the weight distributing hitch, and they still couldn't push weight forward. They still squatted. That's a problem with the unibody towing trailers.
Three distinct differences between these two vehicles. Number one, obviously this is an EcoBoost engine.
V6 EcoBoost.
Versus a really big 6.2 liter big block V8, right? Number two, and this is important right now, is this has independent rear suspension.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Unlike an F-150, which doesn't.
Right.
That's true.
It's like a rear coil. Now, independent suspension is another thing with towing. I think they move around too much. They're made for a comfortable ride. Well, that ride also allows more movement. Even though it's a tracking bar to keep it from moving left to right, it lets it kind of bounce around back there. And with a trailer without weight distributing, we would be really squirrely. That's how they react. Now, you know, a monobeam coil spring still does some of that. A leaf spring is probably, or an air suspension, the best for holding things still. So this independent, you know, gives you that better feel, but it's not my favorite for towing.
Now, sometimes when you supersize a big utility vehicle, you get something that is badass and mean looking, and sometimes it becomes sort of frumpy and, well, a little bit out of proportion. Now, I'll let you decide which one is badass and mean looking and which one is kind of frumpy and oversized. Really, I'll leave it up to you. You know, this run really becomes about trying to maintain the speed limit versus trying to exceed the speed limit.
Yeah, and then if you do lose momentum, which we have from time to time, getting back to that momentum is so difficult. Momentum really is the key, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, both of these vehicles have 460 pound-foot of torque, which is identical, which is really what towing is about. And the third difference, which also is important, is this is a 6-speed versus the 8-speed. So there are significant differences, but I can tell you guys, this thing is just flying up the hill right now.
Oh yeah,
It doesn't feel like it's straining at all.
Yeah, it looks like you've got, you know, your low RPMs. This thing builds torque early. It's below 3,000 for the torque range on this. So it does look very comparable when you look at the fuel mileage and you look at all the things that are matched up on these trucks. That 8-speed on the V8 is actually working similar to the advantage you have with the twin turbo EcoBoost at this altitude. So we'll see when we get in the other one.
My favorite part of this Lincoln is the interior. You can tell they've taken a lot of time and spent a lot of resources doing a really nice interior. Beautiful stitching. Everything I touch is expensive. There's this double cowl sort of effect that is reminiscent of a Mustang. It's just a really nice place to spend a lot of time. They've taken it up, and they've taken it up to the next level from the old Lincoln. Yeah, I mean, a turbo basically stuffs more air into the pistons, which gives you a bigger explosion, which mitigates the fact that there's less air up here. So basically, you're making up for the fact that it's thinner air.
Well, this is very, very quiet. We've got a trailer in the back, and you don't feel it. You don't feel the harshness you get out of a pickup. It's a totally different ride. This is so comfortable and quiet in here. You don't hear the engine.
Although, I will say this, it did squat considerably, and even when we shifted the weight inside the trailer, it's still squatting a little bit, which means your front is facing up a little bit more.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's an independent suspension.
Yeah.
Well,
and
it's a few things.
see a little bit of flow down the front. How's it feel? How's the steering feel? Is it pretty solid, or is it floating a little?
You know, even though it's a 6, it's still a big, heavy 6 out there, so it's not floaty. I gotta tell you, I feel like if I were to floor it right now, this thing would just fly up the mountain. It's not struggling whatsoever. There's no trailer sway whatsoever. It's just a very comfortable ride. Very different from a pickup truck. That pickup truck, you have that kind of that. Sometimes you get kind of that bouncy.
You can poke.
Yeah, they like to bounce a little.
Yeah, this is none of that. And speaking of kind of ride, coming down the hill, grade braking, right? Engine braking. The vehicle, it's really a truck. The truck went into a much higher gear, and I think I had to hit the brakes 3 times going down the hill.
Yeah.
Did you just tap them?
Yeah, I just tapped them, and then it would shift itself into like a second gear and just completely hold. We're almost at the top here, and I had to slow down because there was a little pickup truck in front of me. But man, this thing has no problem. I'm going to floor it just to see what happens.
Okay.
It's floored. This is the hardest part, and we're still accelerating to the legal speed limit. Not as fast as I
But
thought.
it hasn't dropped gear. It's still in the same
We're in
gear.
third gear the whole time.
Yeah, this is a 373 rear end, geared a little lower than what the Denali is, and it doesn't seem like it accelerates that much. It's got good constant power, but it's not
Look at
one
that.
that
It's not
pushes back.
accelerating. So up at the top here,
Okay, so it's
we
got
found the
finally a
limit.
little tiny bit of a struggle. Now, where do I stop at the light?
At the light, at the green lights. That's where we
Green
stop.
lights. Okay,
All right, here we
ready?
go. Yep.
And
Boom.
stop.
What's the verdict?
7 minutes, 30 seconds.
That's fast.
Yeah.
And it could have been a lot faster.
It could have been faster. It's had no problem maintaining the speed limit. It didn't sound like it was struggling.
All right, what do you think
What our numbers are?
what do you think our miles per gallon were, guys?
6.
7.
3.6.
Holy cow! I guess they all gas.
We
engines
had
suck.
that last time when we towed with an EcoBoost too, that there was a considerable loss in gas mileage.
Yeah.
So
It's working.
Those turbos are thirsty. It was pretty much a clean ride. Like I said, this ride with these vehicles is more about maintaining the speed limit, and this had no problem maintaining the speed limit.
now earlier on when you were going down the hill, I mean, you did use the brakes a few times. How do they feel?
Felt great. The truck shifted into second and just held 60 miles an hour all the way down.
That's pretty good. For,
That's excellent.
60 miles an hour in second gear.
So the big question, of course, is how does this compare to the Yukon? Now, the Yukon is also different in the fact that it's the XL, and this is not the long version of the Navigator.
And that does make a difference, both internally and externally. But in terms of what they're able to tow, and actually almost all of their numbers are surprisingly close.
Yeah. I mean, the manufacturers know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. All right, Nathan, your turn. See what you can do. What's the time?
7 something.
7:30.
I'm betting we'll be at 7:30. What do you think? Will that Ready V8 maintain the speed limit, or are we going to be slower?
I'm really concerned about the transmission. We had a problem before with the 6.2
Right, it
pickup
kept
truck.
hunting for the right gear.
And well, what it was doing, it wasn't hunting for the right gear. It was going to maximum RPM, and then it would shift, and then it'd be really slow, and then it would jump back to the gear, and then be really, really high end with the RPM again. The problem was it wasn't allowing us to stay in a gear and really push it and get momentum going.
Yeah, of course, that was a lot more weight in the truck.
An empty truck, huh?
Yeah.
That's surprising me. Yeah, that's got about 700-pound less capacity for towing on that Denali.
Yeah, but the Denali has the 8-speed transmission.
Yeah,
The truck
yeah.
we tested had the 6-speed.
All right, gentlemen, up the hill again, and this time in the GM truck, and it is a truck.
Yes, body on
Feels like a
grade.
truck. Ooh, that sounds good.
Here it comes.
Oh, I love that too. V8 ground.
6.2, baby.